Hi, this is Andy Katz, host of March Madness 365, presented by Grammarly. This week on the podcast, tune in as we discuss March Madness players, upsets, matchups, and bracket busters. Listen to March Madness 365 with Andy Katz, presented by Grammarly, wherever you get your podcasts. Grammarly is a secure AI writing partner that gives your team an instant first draft in a few clicks, not a few hours. Companies that use Grammarly save an average of 19 days per employee per year. Grammarly works seamlessly across 500,000 apps and websites. Get personalized on-brand writing help everywhere your team works. Learn what better writing can do for your company at Grammarly.com. Grammarly, easier said, done.
This episode is brought to you by Paramount Plus. An unlikely friendship begins in the Paramount Plus original movie Little Wing, starring Brooklyn Prince with Kelly Riley and Brian Cox. Reeling from her parents' divorce, Caitlin steals a valuable bird to save her home, but instead forms a bond with the owner, leading to a new outlook on life. Little Wing, now streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus. Head to ParamountPlus.com to try it free. Rated PG-13.
This is the plaintiff, Marva Utley. She says she ordered a rum cake for her daughter's birthday, and the defendant's bakery made her a red velvet cake instead. When she cut into the cake, she was so disappointed because her daughter hates red velvet cake. She's here suing the defendant for $1,500 for ruining the entire party because of the defendant's careless act. This is the defendant, Ed. He says the plaintiff originally ordered a red velvet cake, which he made, and then changed her mind and wanted a rum cake. A new girl made a mistake and gave her the old red velvet cake instead of the new rum cake, and he apologized profusely for the mix-up. He offered her her money back, a credit, or a new cake, but the out-of-control woman ranted and raved how the cake destroyed the whole day, and all she wanted was $1,500. Hello, reality check, please. He's accused of causing a party to poop.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
Welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Marva Utley.
Yes.
You are suing the bakery, represented here by Ed. Ed, are you the owner?
Yes.
Okay. For $1,500, the value of the venue you rented, security for the venue, the DJ, the food, the cake, and pain and suffering because he sent you the wrong cake for your daughter's party.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's hear it. What happened?
Yes, on the 20th of November, I went to the store to order a cake for my daughter's 22nd birthday.
Is that
No, not her.
Okay, who is that?
She's one of my daughter.
She's one of your daughters, but not the girl in question.
Not the girl in question. Yes. So I ordered a red velvet cake.
Okay.
And
the cake was $34.95?
95 cents.
A 10-inch cake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is in that box?
The cake.
Okay. So you've held that in that bag all this time for trial?
Yes.
Okay. So what kind of cake did you order? A 10-inch red velvet cake?
Red velvet cake.
Okay.
So later on in the night when my daughter came, I was telling her that I ordered a cake, a red velvet cake for her party. She reminded me that she doesn't eat red velvet cake.
She doesn't like it?
She don't eat it, period.
That's your daughter whose birthday it was?
Birthday it was.
Okay.
So early in the morning, I called the bakery to ask him to cancel for a rum cake, what you
To switch the order to a rum
to
cake.
a rum cake.
Okay.
Yeah, I asked to speak with the manager, and I spoke with him. He said I have to pay $10 extra to get the cake. I said, okay. When I went there, I paid, I asked for a receipt. Then they brought the cake When I opened the box, it was still a red velvet cake. When I asked for the manager,
Ed came out.
Ed came
Okay.
out, and he said he wouldn't give me a red velvet cake. It was just a topping of a red velvet cake, but it's a rum cake.
Is that accurate that you had a conversation with her that day?
When was this? When it was picked up?
When
or
it was picked up, she's saying.
Yes, I said, it is what you ordered the second time. It's corrected, is what I said at that
Okay.
point.
But
To my
according,
knowledge.
you have a cake cutter?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But the cake is cut.
Oh, it's cut?
Yeah, because we cut
Okay,
it.
so what happened? You folks are at a party. How many people are there?
About like 35.
35 people.
Yeah, about
You have the
35.
10-inch cake.
Yeah.
It's the only cake you have.
The only cake.
You open up the cake.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, to your horror, it's red velvet.
It's a red velvet.
Okay. And so what did you do?
Well, my daughter gets so crazy, and
She got crazy?
Yes, and she left.
She left her
went through-
party.
Yeah, she went through the door
Your daughter left her own party because you, okay.
because she found out it was a red velvet. I was trying to talk to her to explain it to her.
So
but
there's
she didn't
35
understand.
people there in her honor, and she storms out in a huff because it's red velvet and not rum?
Yeah, she went through the door. She was outside the building, but she just went through that back door.
And she left her own party.
Yeah, she was in the building, but she left. She was outside.
She left over the cake because
Yes.
it wasn't a rum cake.
Rum cake.
Okay, your daughter needs a serious adjustment.
Well, they are young kids.
No,
so
no, they're not. She's
22.
24. I was a lawyer at 23.
24,
She's not
22.
young. She's 22. Oh, well, that's
22,
completely different.
22.
All right, she's 22.
Yes.
You have come to court to sue for $1,500 because the man gave you the wrong cake. Seriously?
Yes.
What happened? Because apparently it's a big deal. It ruined the 22-year-old's party to the point where she stormed out of her own party. She couldn't take the pressure of the fact that there was no rum cake there. So tell me, how do you sleep at night?
What happened was it was just simply a mistake. She ordered the cake, red velvet. I told her, I'm sorry.
What is red velvet anyway? Nobody ever tells me.
It's
What
like
is-
a chocolate cake,
and what?
red food coloring.
It's
with a
just
cream
chocolate with
cheese.
red food coloring? What's the other
Somewhat.
flavors besides chocolate?
Oh, I can't give all those.
Yes, you can, because you didn't. Can I just explain that you don't own red velvet?
Right.
And red velvet is a flavor everybody has,
Right.
and every last one of you refuses to tell me what's in red velvet. Seriously, it's red. It's chocolate and what? Licorice? What is it? Chocolate and what?
Oh, red food coloring that gives us the color.
Yeah, but that can't. That's it.
For the most part, it's got a little sweeter. It's got a little nice flavor. I should have brought one with you.
What? No, I don't want one. I've tasted it. I don't know what's in it, and I can't get anyone to tell me. It's like they all think they invented red velvet. So she ordered a red velvet. She changed the order. Who screwed up?
Well, she ordered a red velvet. I made the cake, finished the cake, and completed it.
The
Boxed
red
it.
velvet?
Yes, had it ready to go. She called and said that she wanted to change it. I usually do not change the order once it's completed because that's the order that was made. I made an exception. And I said, okay, fine, I'll do it for you. I'll change it to accommodate my customer. And then when she gets there, it just so happens I came outside, and she said, is this my black cake, my rum cake? I said, yes. She goes, doesn't look like it. I said, that's what it is. I made the cake. Fine.
Yeah, but aren't there other? So what ended up happening? One of your employees touched it and did something?
One of the employees put the original receipt with the original cake.
Right, but so why didn't you check for that, just out of curiosity?
Well, I wasn't, because I changed it.
I know, but once, like the customer's there, she calls you out, she says, this is still mistaken. You couldn't take 2 seconds and figure it out?
No, because to my knowledge, it was correct.
Yo, I know, but you're not the only guy touching the cake. Apparently, someone else touched the cake. So you couldn't turn around and say, let me make sure, because poke a finger and find out what it was, you know?
If I wasn't confident, I would have done that. I would have looked at it, but I was confident that it was right. I made a mistake.
Okay, so when the customer called you and said, you've ruined my life, what did you do?
I wasn't there when she originally called. I heard about it the next day. I look at it, I see there's another cake in the refrigerator.
The rum
I
cake.
see the writing on it,
Yeah.
and I said, wow, this is terrible. I felt very bad that this happened.
So you offered?
I offered her money back, I offered her store credit, offered her another cake, keep that one, another one. She wasn't satisfied with any of those things.
What did she want?
What else? She she wanted me to pay for the whole party and pay for everything, and I just didn't feel.
She really say that? She said you need to pay for the entire party because you ruined it because my daughter stormed off because it was.
All those details I didn't know.
What did she say? Pay for the whole party?
Yeah.
You owe me what? What did she
party.
say? How much money did she ask for?
To my knowledge, I recall $300.
Okay.
I don't know what that was for, but $300 was 10 times what the cake was worth anyway. Originally.
Let me hear from you.
Yes, when I called, when I spoke to him, I said to him, he offered me to pay me back for the cake. I tell him, no, at least the venue was for like $300.
But why would listen? He admits he made a mistake. He gave you the wrong cake. Why would anybody owe you $300 or $1,500 for making a mistake on the cake?
He's going to pay for his mistake because I was there.
Right, I agree he should pay for his mistake.
Yeah.
So why doesn't he just pay the cost of the cake for his mistake? Why does it have to be a bonanza for you?
I had to pay the DJ.
Of course you did. You had a party.
I have to pay the store.
For apparently incredibly ungrateful 22-year-old.
I have to pay the store. I have to pay for the club and a little finger
Open up the cake.
food.
I need to see what a cake looks like that's been sitting there stale for the last.
And welcome back to the People's Court, Harvey, 11 years. So, 22-year-old girl storms out of the party. The mother wants $1,500. Is that reasonable?
No.
Why not?
I think they should be reimbursed the cost of the cake only.
Would you give her the cost of the cake?
No.
Why?
Because it shouldn't be that big of a deal because of the flavor of the cake.
Who's a mother here? Mother. So what do you think about this 22-year-old girl who storms out of the party?
That's ridiculous. She should not have stormed out of the party. She should ask for the refund.
She's going to have some problems if she doesn't woman up.
I would have been really upset.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
So a few people ate cake.
Somebody ate cake.
Somebody ate some cake, about a little less than half the cake missing. Shanice, is that your daughter's name?
Yes, Shanice.
Okay. And so Shanice, are you the sister of Shanice? Can you stand up? Shanice stormed out of her own party because the cake was the wrong cake.
To her defense, I would say that the day, it was just a mess, and that was just the topping on the cake.
Why was the day a mess?
It was like
How was the topping on the cake?
She had an argument with boyfriend. Arrangement. It was supposed to be much more people than 35. When she came, she was just really disappointed. It was type ungrateful, but. In her defense, she threw up from eating red velvet cake previously, like months before.
How about she just doesn't eat cake and lets her guests eat cake? What's the big deal?
I guess that could have happened, but prior to that,
so is it that the party was a total bust and your mom is trying to recoup a little bit of the cost because, you know?
Yeah, at least for the cost of the venue. I know that's what she asked him for initially.
Okay,
so
no.
That was
all right. I find in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $34.95, the cost of the cake. Good luck, folks.
So here's the plaintiff. Come on over here. That just happened. How shocked are you that you didn't get all your money for all that party?
That was handled unfairly, so I don't have anything else to say.
How was that handled unfairly?
Because I spend a lot of money for the venue, and it's not all about like $34 for the cake, but I spend my money.
Yeah,
okay?
Right, and you had a party.
The party ruined after, wouldn't stay.
Right.
Thank you.
Hey, there's cake.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with your cake now?
Hopefully find a garbage pail on the way out.
All right. Anything like this ever happened to you before?
No, I've never been here.
What was it? What was this? What's your reaction to this whole experience?
I thought it was a little ridiculous, but what am I gonna do? I made a mistake. I don't like to. I want to keep my customers. I want them to come back. I don't want to go through this.
What are you gonna do?
What am I gonna do? I apologize. I'm sorry.
What are you gonna do?
I'll still make her another cake.
Harvey?
You know, under certain circumstances, the plaintiff could actually get more than the value of the specific contract she made, in this case with the baker. But this case is ridiculous, and there is no way she's going to get more. This woman is in outer space thinking that the party's ruined because of a rum cake. Going inside the courtroom.
Hi, this is Andy Katz, host of March Madness 365, presented by Grammarly. This week on the podcast, tune in as we discuss March Madness players, upsets, matchups, and bracket busters. Listen to March Madness 365 with Andy Katz, presented by Grammarly, wherever you get your podcasts. Grammarly is a secure AI writing partner that gives your team an instant first draft in a few clicks, not a few hours. Companies that use Grammarly save an average of 19 days per employee per year. Grammarly works seamlessly across 500,000 apps and websites. Get personalized on-brand writing help everywhere your team works. Learn what better writing can do for your company at Grammarly.com. Grammarly, easier said, done.
Believe it or not, summer is just around the corner. Luckily, Armor All, America's most trusted auto appearance brand, has what your car needs to get that perfect summer shine. Plus, now through May 31st, we'll give you $5 for every $20 you spend on Armor All products. That means car wash pods, protectant, tire shine, you name it. Find out how to get your $5 rebate at armorall.com. Armor All, less work, more clean. Terms apply.
This is the plaintiff, Jose Matias Jr. He says the defendant broke the power seat in his Mercedes when he brought it to their car wash, and they refused to give him the money to get it fixed. No one at the car wash will take responsibility. It's not right that he has to take all this time from his busy schedule to bring him to court when he's obviously going to win this case. But it is what it is. He's suing for $2,276.30, the cost of the repair plus gas. This is the defendant, Rafael Rivera. He says before he was even done with the car, the plaintiff started looking at the seat, claiming he broke it. This is obviously a setup because he reviewed the security tape. No one sat in the seat, and the plaintiff simply trying to get him to pay for something he did not do. End of story. He's accused of a car wash catastrophe.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says the car wash broke the seat in his Mercedes, but the defendant says it's a setup, fraud, and he can prove it with a security tape. It's the case of sit on it.
Okay, Jose Matias, you are suing the car wash company. You've asked us not to mention the company's name. Represented here by Rafael Rivera, you're the manager, for $2,276.30 to repair your 2008 Mercedes that you say they broke. What happened?
I arrived that day in particular to the car wash. I proceeded to exit the vehicle with Priya, handed the vehicle over to two female employees. At that point, me and Priya both stepped into the building. We walked out the building to retrieve the vehicle after it was washed. And at that point, I walked up to my driver's seat, sat in the driver's seat, attempted to, and noticed that my seat was tampered with.
How?
Because I had banged I hit the top of my head on the door jamb. And she
What do you mean on the door jamb?
Like, I attempted to sit in my driver's seat.
Are you trying to say that it seems to you somebody had moved the seat up?
Yes, the seats were moved.
Okay.
They wasn't in the same position. I handed the seat to them. And at that point, she had walked over to the passenger side of the vehicle.
Who did?
Priya.
Okay.
And she had brought to my attention that the seat wasn't, movable.
Okay. And what would happen when you would try? Is it electrical or is it the lever?
It was electrical.
Okay. And when she tried to move it, what would happen?
It just kept sliding right and left, like it wouldn't.
Come on up, please. Tell me what would happen when you would try to press the button. Would it make a noise?
Yeah, it was making like a wiry noise, like a very crunchy noise, but the seat wouldn't move back or forth.
A wiry noise, like
a whiny.
I don't know what wiry
like
and crunchy means.
Like a whiny noise, like you could hear a noise.
So it was
when
trying.
you press
The motor
button.
was turning, but nothing was happening.
Yes.
Okay, it wouldn't move back at all. Okay, so go on.
I looked over for the manager. I tried to see, just someone to take responsibility for what happened to the vehicle, and they just didn't want to.
But what do you suppose happened to the vehicle?
All I know is that when I gave them the vehicle, I dropped the vehicle off to the two female employees. They walk up to the vehicle. They literally.
How would a person break that? I mean,
I was told from the dealer that it's a frame damage done. It could possibly be done with force. I wouldn't know.
But by who? Because the only thing I could see the employees wanting to do is move the seat forward or move the seat back. They're not going to take a hammer to it.
Of course.
So how, maybe that was just. I mean, when it broke. I mean, how is it that someone could do something to it to break it?
Well, I mean, I was told his frame was bent, so I mean, the only way that could be done is with force. That's what I was told.
What frame was bent?
The track assembly for the seat itself, which moves front and back. So I've physically seen these two females sit in the seat while they
But sitting in the seat shouldn't break it.
Right, but I'm gonna think that maybe if they put the leg room, I have no idea how they could have done that. Maybe they.
I don't either.
I don't know.
I don't either. What happened?
Yeah, so I would like to point some facts regarding Mr. Matias. So he got the membership for the car wash, unlimited washes.
He had a monthly membership to come, so he pays one fee and he just brings a car to get washed whenever he wants.
Anytime, yeah. So we wash his car, the 19th.
Is the 19th the day this happened?
No.
Okay, go on.
November 19th. So we wash his car again the 22, November 22. And then we wash his car again, November 24. And then again, November 27. Everything was fine,
Okay. Why does your car need so much washing? What are you driving your car through?
So.
Wait, what are you driving your car through that it needs all that water? You figure you paid for it, you might as well get it?
It's a white car.
It's a white car?
So he came, October 5th. That was the complaint wash.
I mean, I've had white cars. I don't wash them every 3 days.
I mean, he washed the car like 4 times. His car is clean.
Okay, so what? He has a monthly membership. Wants to bring it every day. He can bring it every day, twice a day. But what's your point? What happened during this event?
His car is clean, so we don't have to move the seats back and forth. It took us maybe like 40 seconds.
I don't know. Maybe he bruised popcorn in there. I don't know what he's doing. Popping popcorn, brewing coffee. I have no idea what he's doing.
His car was clean, so. That day,
where are the people who actually wash his car? They're not here?
No.
How come? They would be awesome to have here, right? Because I could ask them questions.
Yeah,
you don't know anything. Why would
they don't speak?
They don't speak the language. Yeah. I speak the language. I could have gotten through this. Did they go in the car and move the seat forward or no?
No, we watched the video, because we have cameras.
Can I see it?
I don't have a video.
Why don't you have the video?
Because he got a record video for 30 days.
Yeah, I know, but the guy was screaming the same day.
Yeah, he was screaming, but
so why wouldn't you preserve the video?
He left, we never thought he was gonna come back. And,
but the guy was screaming that day. What would make you think that everything was fine?
So he disputed, with his credit card company.
Right.
He complained that he never authorized the charges for the monthly pass.
For the what?
For the monthly pass.
For the monthly pass.
Yeah, which is not true because he signed, this form.
Okay.
So this is his sign over here.
Okay.
So he got refunded for the 2 months. And then
Did you dispute the charge?
It was paid through Priya's credit card, and.
Why did you say that you didn't authorize it?
See, what happened was I originally paid it through cash, my first initial.
Listen carefully to me. Why did you say you didn't authorize the charge? That's different from saying they damaged my car, so I don't want to pay it.
Honestly,
because the credit cards don't get involved in that. The credit card will reverse it if you claim it's a fraud. Why did you claim it was a fraud when it wasn't?
So can the car wash actually break the car by just moving the seat forward, break the seat?
There's no way. There's no way. Is the car made out of plastic?
So it's a scam?
It sounds like a scam.
Yeah, what do you think?
Absolutely a scam. Unless like the Hulk is moving your car seat, it's not going to break.
Okay, and?
I think he's just making a story up.
Making a story up to get some cash?
Yes.
That's your point. Going inside the courtroom.
I'm going to mention this just one time. It wasn't my card.
I don't care if it wasn't your card. Did you steal her credit card and use it to do this? Okay, I mean, come on. Those aren't answers.
She didn't.
So they reversed the charge, and then what else?
So after he got that, he knows
because it shows a certain amount of dishonesty. I don't like it. Go ahead.
So he came on the 16th.
Of what?
11/16. So he tried to wash his car again, with the same tag. So we advised him, but his tag is
Wait,
December.
no, he came to wash the car again after?
Yeah.
Wait. After he disputed the charges, he washed the car again?
Yeah, he was trying to get washed with the same tag,
Did you bring the car back?
So we advised him.
Wait, after they supposedly broke your car to the tune of $2,276.30, you brought the car back to them?
Well, I didn't get the estimate up until last week. Now.
Right, but according to you, they broke your car and you filed a lawsuit before last week. So.
Well, yes, I mean, I do.
Right, so you brought the car to them to wash again?
Well, I do like the place of business. I didn't like the service they provided to me, but I do like the place of business. And for those reasons, The charges were disputed because it wasn't on my card. She had no idea that they were charging her card.
How did they get her card?
I had made a one-time payment 1 month. She had no. I didn't tell her.
How did you get in your possession a monthly pass if you didn't know that you paid for it with her card? You make no sense. Stop. Just stop.
I had borrowed her card one time.
Oh, so you stole it from her. You didn't tell her that you were using it for monthly charges.
No, we did.
She didn't know. No, it's total theft. Let's call police. What are you doing? Go call police. Come on.
No, what happened?
Just stop. The more you try, the madder I get. Just let it go.
I can just say this one thing.
No, here's what you need to say. If you want them to pay you $2,276.30, let me see something from a mechanic that says that somehow they broke it, because that's the part that's missing. Can you show me any proof from any mechanic, a serviceman, anything anywhere that says that they used it in a way that broke it?
I just got an estimate. That's what I was told.
Unless you have, you're the one with the burden of proof when you come to court. You have to show that someone owes you money because they did something wrong. You have to be able to prove it.
They did mention to me at the dealer that it was a frame bent, like it was bent.
That's awesome. Does your dealer thing say that, or do I have to rely on you for that?
No, I mean, you would have to rely.
Verdict for the defendant. Okay.
Both sides, hold on, please.
So unfortunately for the plaintiff, he comes out of the courtroom empty-handed because even if they did break the seat, it's your responsibility in court to actually prove it to the judge.
I agree.
Yeah. So did you go to another mechanic and maybe get an affidavit saying this was just broken by some force? It was just something,
Yes, I understand.
Yeah. All right. All right. And that's why decisions go the way they do. So step on in here, and what do you think of this outcome here?
Yeah, I think he's trying to get money, to get his car fixed. I don't know where he break that seats, but
You think he brought it in broken?
Yeah, I mean, we have a.
Why didn't you save that video? You knew you were going to have a conflict with this guy. Why not save that video?
Because
he's evidence.
Because the boss, he fixed everything at the moment, and
tell the boss to save video. You tell the boss, save it next time. Okay. Okay. Harvey.
Thank you. I got to tell you, if you're ever at a car wash and you think somebody did damage your property there, you have got to complain before you drive off. If you drive off, you might as well just forget it, because then it could have happened anywhere. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This is the plaintiff, Darren McPartland. He says he was hired to clean up the defendant's very overgrown, neglected yard and was paid half up front. Now can't get her to pay the balance. The crazy woman now claims he did no work to her yard, pretends she doesn't even know him, and he doesn't know what kind of game she's trying to play. But he's not going to just drop it because she still owes him $600, the amount he's suing for. This is the defendant, Mona Ligar. She says the plaintiff did not complete the work he was hired for, yet wants her to pay him in full? That's not the way things work. And she isn't about to pay anyone anything for work they did not do. She's accused of cutting off a landscaper. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $400, the amount she had to pay someone else to complete the yard work.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff did work in the defendant's yard, cleaning it up, and didn't get paid. But the defendant says the work wasn't done. It's the case of Yard Barker.
Okay, Darren McPartland, you are suing Mona Ligar for $600 that you say is remaining on a $1,200 contract you had with her. According to you, he never finished it, and you want him to pay you $400 that you had to pay somebody else to finish it. Okay, tell me what's going on.
I had originally spoken to a neighbor across the street that asked for my help to get her to clean up her property. It was bringing down the property value of the neighborhood really bad.
How could, was she going to pay for it?
No, she just asked me to approach her and see if she would have us help in some way. I gave her a low figure to do everything.
Okay, do you have a contract?
Yes.
Okay, let me see the contract.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. $1,200 for cleaning property at, and then it has your address, trash outside at present? What does it say?
At present, what was there then?
Fix gutter, fallen in back, and fix fence, gate in back, cut trees, growing in lawn?
Yeah, they were growing in the lawn.
Meaning what, weeds?
Well, these were actual trees.
Because trees are usually, I mean, that's the way they belong. I don't get it.
This
What do
was
you-
so bad that
But what do you mean, trees that didn't belong there?
Yes, they were.
Because they were weeds that grew?
They were trees that grew into 1-inch, 2-inch trees on the lawn.
So
That's how long
cut
it's been.
trees, cut them or remove them?
Cut them.
And then they grow again?
I was cleaning up a property this time.
Cut trees growing in lawn and other remove. What's other?
The debris that was there, the rubbish.
Prune bushes, cut lawn, make property clean again, exclamation point. Landscape only, extra if other added, clean up or other. Only one gutter.
The picture, if I may.
Deposit $600. Okay. Can you show that to her? Did you sign that?
Yes, I did sign it.
Okay. So he says he did all of the work that's in there and that you won't pay him.
No. He left this at my door because everything is not true. I had somebody already to do the loan for me. I was going to have a cookout on July 4th. I was looking for somebody who can do it right away. When I see that, I call him.
We could do it right away. What? Not mow your lawn. It's $1,200. Obviously, your lawn, your property needed something special if it was going to cost $1,200.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
No, I called him for the loan only. I didn't even know.
Well, why would you agree to pay $1,200 to a guy to mow your lawn?
Because I have other work. He offered to do for me. Not me asking.
Well, what's the $1,200 going to be for?
I have my garage. Those people who lived there before left a lot of trash inside the garage.
Okay, but that contract doesn't say anything about stuff in the garage.
That was not a contract.
Is that your signature?
Yes, I know. The reason why I give it for the deposit. And he didn't even sign it. I said, no, you're not.
So he wrote things in there afterwards, you're saying?
No, the thing is, he said, I see this thing. I asked him to see what he can do for me. He told me I can do everything.
I want you to listen to what I'm saying.
Yes.
I need to figure out what the agreement was between the two of you in order to pay $1,200. He's going to do, just a second. Yes. He's going to do X amount of work and you're going to pay him $1,200 is the agreement. The question here is what is X? Okay. According to him, it's what's written on that piece of paper that has your signature. Look at the paper before you argue with me and look at it and tell me what does that paper say anything about taking stuff out of your garage?
This is not I agree upon. He knows that. We didn't agree.
Is that your signature?
Yes,
on
I signed because the $600 I gave him, it was for the grass only.
$1,200 to mow your lawn?
No, not for the $1,200. He came for the grass.
Okay.
I want the grass.
What did you expect him to do for $1,200?
No.
What did you expect him to do for $1,200?
To empty the garage for me.
A landscaping guy was going to empty the garage for you.
This is what he...
Okay, show me proof that he was... Watch this. Were you supposed to empty out the garage?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so show me proof that he's supposed to empty out the garage. That's all I'm saying, is you have to prove what you're saying, because what you signed doesn't say that he's supposed to empty out the garage.
Okay.
So show me proof that he's supposed to empty out the garage.
Okay. Let's say he didn't do it. He took my money, the $29. He did not do the grass for me. He took the money in return 2 weeks later. He never called me to say, ma'am, I'm sick, something happened. I said, I need the loan, number one, to be done before July 4th. Can you do it?
Okay, so she didn't put in the contract anything about cleaning the garage. Does she have to pay the guy?
Yes.
Because?
It was not in the contract.
Well, but she's saying, look, I want you to clean up my place, and the garage is part of it, even though I didn't mention it. Does she have any case? Say no.
No.
Okay, tell me why. Say because it's not in the contract.
It wasn't in the contract.
Really good. I like your points. Going inside the courtroom.
So I have a question. Does anybody have a picture of how the house looked on the 4th of July?
Okay, he had those pictures.
He has pictures of how it looked on the 4th of July?
Yes. That's what he said. I'm going to see to his, and I got mine.
Okay, can I see yours?
Yeah.
These are numbered.
How do I know they were taken on the 4th of July? And why would you take pictures on the 4th of July?
I took pictures when I started work.
Before starting the work?
Before.
Did you take pictures after?
During.
Do you maintain that you had everything done before the 4th of July?
No, that was never a mention.
Okay, so you say she's just making that part up now in order to not pay you.
The only thing she described or ever
Is it in
was...
the, may I have that contract back? Is it in the contract that the work is to be completed by a certain date?
Not at all, ma'am.
Wow. This is overgrown. When was the last time you had your lawn mowed or the bushes cut or anything like that?
No, because I was informed that the people who live there didn't do it. And I told
were you
him
brand new to the place?
Oh, no. I'm talking about the people. I live in Florida.
Okay.
And I rented to certain people.
Okay.
They didn't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you live in that house now or you don't?
I return and kick them out. I return my home. Yes.
Okay. How long had you been living in it when you met him?
One day. I came on Saturday, and I met him. He left that
what a mess.
And I called him right away.
Right. How does the city not, look at the gutters falling down. How does the city not fine you?
But it was the winter. The winter was bad.
Well, it's not winter now. There's a guy without a shirt mowing the lawn.
No, when I came in June.
All right, what's this a picture of?
That's the trash that was removed from her property.
Whose truck is this?
Mine.
Who's taking all these pictures?
Me.
Why?
Because
this isn't your first rodeo.
That's correct, ma'am.
Thank you.
This on your phone?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know why you're thanking me. That's
no, it doesn't matter.
So according to you, you had to pay somebody else $400 to finish the job he wouldn't do. And when you say that, you're not referring to the lawn or the outside of your house. You're referring to work you say was part of his deal, which is to move things that are inside of a garage.
Yes.
You paid somebody $400 to move the stuff inside of the garage. All right. Can I see proof of that, by the way?
No, I don't. Oh, the thing is, I don't have the the $400 I countersued him. Is that much the person asked to do the job for me. I didn't pay him the whole thing at once.
What?
To clean up the garage. He knows about it. He told me he was going to do it.
Okay, did you ever tell you were going to clean out the garage?
Yes, ma'am.
Not with the original job.
Okay, were you going to clean out the garage?
That's, as you notice in the contract, I said any additional
Stop.
I said any additional work will be more after.
Did you write that in afterwards?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. But I mean, that would be the case anyway, that any additional work that isn't contemplated in the contract, you would be entitled to be paid for. Did you ever quote her a price for doing the garage? So you just discussed, yeah, I'll do the garage?
She walked me through the garage, and it was like from floor to ceiling, and I went, well, this is too much. Let me just deal with the outside, and later on, if you want me to help you with this, we'll do something with it.
All right, and then when you called her to get paid, she wouldn't pay you because you hadn't done the garage.
Yeah.
Okay, give me, where's that
never
contract?
mentioned the
All right,
garage, man.
unless you're able to show me proof that he was supposed to clean out a garage, that is not written anywhere in this contract. So that would mean that his failure to do the garage is not going to count as a breach on his part that would entitle you to be able to keep half of his payment in your pocket. Okay? And unless you're able to show me proof that he's supposed to clean out the garage, you would also not be able to, after not having paid him 50%, also get him to pay you $400 for cleaning out the garage. So, if you have no proof that cleaning out the garage was part of the contract you signed, then that's it. Pay the man. $600 verdict for the plaintiff, on your counterclaim against him, $0. And by the way, this is exactly how it's done. This is what I have been saying for the last 17 years that I have been presiding over the People's Court. You grabbed the nearest piece of paper and the nearest crayon, which is essentially what you did because you don't have pre-printed receipts. So you took a piece of paper and you wrote on it and the both of you signed it. And then I'm always saying that these cell phones are not just for nasty pictures. They're also to make sure that you take a picture of your job before it's done and your job after it's done. And finally, I have someone who was paying attention to me.
Yes, Beth.
Good luck, folks.
Thank you so much.
And with that, the defendant comes out here on the losing end of this case here. Step next to me here and tell me what's your reaction to this verdict. You see why you lost.
He took me by surprise. He's a liar, a compulsive liar. He asked police because the judge didn't hear the whole thing, but it's only $600.
Yeah. Why didn't you write it down in a contract, the garage part?
The problem is when he came, he was in a hurry. There was no time, the way he did it. I'm going to fix everything for you.
And you say, okay, let's write it down. You say, let's write it down.
I'm
1, 2, yeah.
Yes, I'm
So
wrong.
you learned a lesson there.
Yes, I learned my lesson because I should not trust him. I should not trust him because when he came, he come in a false pretense. And I have all my thing. He didn't do any of the thing he said he did.
Okay, all right.
He didn't do it. So it's no problem.
All right.
So it's only money. So somebody else,
Okay.
will take care of him. It's no problem.
All right, so step on in here, and you too. Do you have everything written out before you go to work?
Pretty much. Everything was described totally with this woman. What she's describing is she didn't mention it at all in the initial.
You say you take pictures before you start work, during your work, after the work. Why do you do that?
To protect both parties. I have everything documented, and I did everything how it's supposed to.
That's a good policy.
Yeah.
Harvey?
Okay, now, Kurt, so this is a really, really important thing to remember because everybody hires somebody to do something at some point. Always write down the scope of the job. You don't think about this when you make the deal. Write down the scope of the job, what is supposed to be done, realizing what isn't.
Hi, this is Andy Katz, host of March Madness 365, presented by Grammarly. This week on the podcast, tune in as we discuss March Madness players, upsets, matchups, and bracket busters. Listen to March Madness 365 with Andy Katz, presented by Grammarly, wherever you get your podcasts. Grammarly is a secure AI writing partner that gives your team an instant first draft in a few clicks, not a few hours. Companies that use Grammarly save an average of 19 days per employee per year. Grammarly works seamlessly across 500,000 apps and websites. Get personalized on-brand writing help everywhere your team works. Learn what better writing can do for your company at Grammarly.com. Grammarly, easier said, done.